So this is the ninth tournament, ninth Newcomers tournament. Group B, round 2. Today we have Mingxu, Okami, Halo, and First Person. Good night, Rahi.
Ooh, this is a lot tougher of a map than the first one, that's for sure.
So Paulina is not as nice as I thought. Wow, she definitely decided to throw in a curveball for these guys.
So I would be saying robot, but electronics is at $200 this game, so that'd make a tough time upgrading.
I think she want us to go for a scavenger, what those called, a dry ice scarf.
Dry ice scavenger? Oh my god.
Carbon is nice, oxygen is nice. Man.
Yeah, it's totally set up for it. High chems too.
I like
So,
Okami.
okay.
Okami took the one good expensive of robotic fun. And then oh my god, dry ice scarf. Or 2 water and 1 aluminum by Halo.
With one solar condenser.
So Nomad
If
is
he was
not
gonna put the one solar, if he's gonna put the one solar condenser, at least go into 2.
get to
Because
2.
you know, with oxygen being 80 this game, like you really could kind of make it work.
You
like,
really
we're laughing at it now.
we're laughing at it now.
Really...
It really. I would actually find somewhere. It's tough. There are claims, so maybe you can make it work. Who knows?
Nomadic is okay, but again, with electronics at $200, it's gonna be very difficult for Mingxu to upgrade here.
Well, it's still the best fun, I think. I think otherwise you can go for robotic on one of the expensive spots. That would be nice too, because as you can see, water is not the most generous in here. There are no patches of water, except for the scavenger spot. So if you go for a robot on those iron spot, then you can use power adjacency to boost up your water production. Another option is a robot or probably expensive on where the scavenger is right now. Then because iron and steel start cheap, you can have the option of going for some solar condenser and then go into cam on the next level, and then probably HQ3. Then that's when you actually get serious on against steel.
Yeah, I think those options would be passed. I'm surprised we didn't see a single robot this game, to be honest with you. But like with the water spread all over the place, and not adjacent to anything, going robot's always a good bet.
So Okami is carbon a carbon cream, which I think is kind of useless because you want to just go for solar condenser if you want for carbon instead of shipping in. And then going for glass is a bit awkward too because glass is not making money. Going for reactor or cam would be a much better choice. So what do you think
at
of
least does.
our Nomad friend? So what do you think of our Nomad friend?
Going into carbon kind of played out for the first little bit, but he didn't buy up any electronics. So stuck on HQ2 and doesn't really have any source of money. Maybe with this dust storm and that one wind turbine, they'll be able to make money.
Maybe.
But
I didn't see if he put up the wind turbine before the dust storm announcement or not. If he saw the announcement and go for wind turbine, good on him. If not, well, one wind turbine seems a bit weak.
well, yeah, you know, he's playing nomadic, right? So he could switch out of one of those carbon tiles that he has that's now not making that much money, go into the a second wind turbine.
That would definitely
double down on that.
Yep, that would be definitely a much better option.
And since he only has $1,600 debt, he'll be making power money in no time. And then with that power money, you can buy through the $200 electronics, and go from there.
So our dry ice scarf is not doing too well. The dust storm definitely is not helping. But at least at least 2 other players are pitching in on the carbon for him, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, that is helpful. Dry ice scavenger, very. Only if liquid batteries was on Mars, eh?
Yeah, I like the mutiny. because you're in the power market, you deny from the old power, and then you also get more power to help get your uh, power money quicker. I like it.
Yeah, so now Ming is actually making a fair bit of power money and does have the upgrade to HQ3 momentarily. If they take it, there it goes.
So as a nomad, you want to keep ahead of everyone, and I think Min is doing that right now, which is great. I like Okami switching, giving up his steel for reactors. Steel is not making money, so might as well give it up. And steel are cheap enough anyways. Go for reactors, and then maybe go for food. Actually, go for cam would be the play.
Yeah, chems would be nice, especially with that low carbon tile supporting it.
Yeah,
be able to make that without driving up the carbon price. It's decent.
A short circuit help the power silicon electronic prices. I'm not. It's kind of a mixed blessing for Mingxu. Power is going up, but also make your electronic more expensive, make the upgrade harder. And
Mingxu did put down electronic production on this HQ though, so that should have him covered for the next little while.
I would actually prefer him to go for cam, and more silicon.
He needs more silicon, yeah.
He definitely needs more silicon.
Especially, I think it's becoming more and more important for him to rotate those carbon claims into something that's making him either more money or more upgrade resources.
We have an EMP on the scavenger. Let's see who did that. The saboteur was Okami. So a bit strange for going for the scavenger. The scavenger is doing only mediocre. I'll be more worried about the nomad a bit more. If you were going to food, right, then the EMP makes sense. But now you're not going for food. A bit strange to go for it.
Yeah, I think hitting Mingxu on the silicon and the electronics would be way better. Instead of trying to attack him with a circuit overload, but Mingxu decided to goon both wind turbines, which I think was kind of interesting. It paid off for him here because it bounced the circuit overload.
Yeah.
But still, it's an interesting play, gooning both.
But I do wish people go to food. You know, the scavenger did the right thing going to food, but I need more people going to food. Going into solar condenser as well because oxygen price is good. Solar condenser is really nice.
Okami should switch out of the glass and maybe turn it into the food production because the glass isn't really making much money anymore.
Yeah, I think
food's much better.
Probably even better if get out of glass and go into a solar condenser.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So solar condensers make 0.5 oxygen a second, right?
They make 0.5 oxygen per second.
So that makes you, like we were mentioning last game, electrolysis reactors only make you 0.25 oxygen a second. So solar condensers making you 0.5. That's a very, very big boost to oxygen production. You can really, really crash the price out with a triangle.
So after steeping steel for some time, now steel is $100. First person is the first to pattern that. I wonder what he's going to pick up.
Person, what would be a good pattern for him? Maybe superconductor.
Superconductor definitely.
Power so high. Yeah, I think superconductor would be a good first pattern.
I think slant drilling and carbon scrubbing would also be good.
Yeah, slant drilling on a map like this with water spread out really far and only single tiles, slant drilling is a very, very handy pattern.
Let's see. Okami is doing okay, but he needs more steel. He have to rotate a bit more. Got a lot of iron. Steel is doing good. Electronics only mediocre, right? Maybe scrap up electronics.
Yeah, the electronics and the glass aren't really doing much anymore at this point, and still doesn't have any food production. So the price of food's getting out of control, and that's kind of feeding a lot of money over to the scavenger. Mikalo here.
A, a bit
'Cause I think-
stranger.
Is he still the only person in food? Yes,
yes.
that looks like it.
So
Unless first person decides to go into food with that triangle though. So somebody mutinied the patent lab.
that would be
Mikalo. He
Yep.
is going for
thinking machine. A bit strange choice. Mikalo going for thinking machine. I guess with his setup, right, it's not too bad.
Yeah, launches aren't super bad. Food is a nice launch, 30k on food.
But
And he's making a lot of food, so
yeah, the thing about dry ice scarf, right? You will never have enough carbon production to really get to the 600 carbon needed for an off-world. It's very difficult. And I really don't like his, buy one start here, buy one start there play. But what do you want to accomplish? Try to scare people into buying himself? Well, it works for Okami. But
it works, but then once you scare them into buying themselves, you want to sell out that stock, make that little bit of profit off of the share price jump, and then reinvest that money somewhere better.
I also wish Mikalo went for more aluminum. Aluminum prices are really high. Everyone else doesn't have aluminum, well, except for first person, doesn't really have aluminum production. Just crash the aluminum market, or then you will be a lot more rich. And because aluminum is close to you, you can always repurpose those tiles into something else.
Yeah, just going into a really quick triangle of aluminum over the that medium. Oh, there's 2 mediums though. So yeah, he'll be making like what, 10 aluminum a second there, and if he put a triangle down.
A lot, way more than you need.
Yeah, it'd be a lot. It's a lot of aluminum.
It also spread out his claims a bit, right? It need nice EMP.
He's in a big clump. Yeah.
And there's no reason to be that clump, right? Like there's lots of space. So
with Mikalo's stock play here, he could be going for first person right now, because first person just upgraded without defending himself.
Unfortunately, I don't think Mikalo actually have enough money to buy up anyone.
He'd be getting close, and it'd be enough to make first person really sweat and have to waste a ton of money purchasing up the stock instead of patenting things, right?
And then you're making a weak person weaker while Mingxu is running away with the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe going after. Well, but he could end up with a sub out of it.
Maybe.
That might be the only way Mikalo can get back in this game with dry ice scout here.
Very true.
Is going for that risky majority buy play.
I don't like how Mingxu is going to glass while silicon so high. If he had Hope X, he would see that glass clans are losing money. Why are you going to them?
Yeah, they were built and turned auto off immediately. Oh, there we go. $2 a tile. Not bad.
If someone
I think rotating out of one of those claims and going into another silicon would be the best bet with silicon at $1 $2.
Yeah, go for more silicon. I mean, why not? 131 more silicon means you can actually send things off-world. You need silicon to build. If Makola want to actually buy out someone, he has to be more focused, and first person has to defend himself.
So yeah, first person doesn't realize that he's being bought out here. He very well might lose to a majority buy.
Yeah.
But starting to buy up the stock now.
If I were Mingxu, I would actually help out with the buy. Because I'm ahead, I have half of the sub. Well, I'll share the sub with someone, so that someone is not gonna beat me. We'll be at least on the even ground, right?
Yeah.
And because
personally, that's a tougher one. As Mingxu, I think I would just when I saw Mikalo buying into first person, I'd be buying into Mikalo, because I know that Mikalo's going to have all of his money blown on that attempted purchase, and I get a bunch of cheap stocks in Mikalo.
Well, I could also do that with first person too, right? The danger is like if you let Mikalo have all set stocks, right? Then he will have a sub. If I split the sub into 3-3, then I'm on the same ground as Macalo, but I'm one level ahead of Macalo. And then I
Yeah,
have
that's a
more
good
I have
point as
more
well.
money to make, so I can pick up even more stuff than Macalo.
The reality is, I don't think Mikalo can hit level 5 this game. Like, it's going to be very, very, very tough for him to do so
Well,
because of that weak carbon.
other players have been very nice to keep carbon low for him, so we'll see.
Our methods continue to improve.
Macalo for going for cold fusion. Interesting play.
It's available for auction.
It's kind of interesting because he has water, the other people doesn't. The other people don't. And by going to cold fusion, you drive up the price of water, while the other people kind of stuck with low water and can't really go into water markets. That being said, do I like it? It's interesting. We'll see how it pans out.
Sorry about that. I disconnected from the chat. I am back now.
No problem. Didn't notice. You're gone.
HQ has been upgraded.
I
Yeah,
like,
sneaky fox.
yeah, I like how Okami is set up. He got like an optimization center going. He's expensive at lots of claims. He got,
He's nice and diversified as well.
yeah. So I think Okami is pretty set up for a long game,
The black market is open for business.
and he actually has the same amount of money as Mingxu.
Optimization
Making
routines
tons of
successful.
food money right now. Tons of it.
So so I checked the black market. Mingxu, Makola, Mahalo, first person and Okami. Well, except for Okami, they each get one cream. Okami is the only one with 3 creams. So as an expensive and 3 creams, that's put him in a very good position. And Makola should really buy a lot of carbon because he needs that carbon.
Yeah, especially with carbon down at $5 right now, he could buy up quite a lot and have the money for the upgrade. You know what? He needs to sell out of those 3 extra shares that he owns in first person, and take the upgrade to HP5. Because what do you get? 5 claims on HP5. Those 5 claims would make tons and tons of money compared to this basically worthless stock right now.
Okami has a hologram and built an off-world. I like it because, well, if it's hologram, people can't see it. People can't attack it. Unlike Mingxu had his off-world out in the open. And I still don't understand why he's in that 2 carbon claims. Maybe having two HQ kind of confuses him, and he forgot about the 2 carbon.
He hasn't built anything on any of those 2 carbon claims by that second HQ.
Yeah.
So you may be right. Maybe he did just forget about the second
Uh,
HQ. That's one of the huge advantages of Nomad. Like, we see all of his production bunched up at his first HQ here. With a Nomad, you can split it, you know, on 2 sides of the map, which makes you very, very defendable against black market attack. So with stock plays here, we have Macalo going into first person, Okami going for Macalo. What do you think of
It seems like we are seeing a Mexican standoff here. Okami go to
Yeah.
Macalo, first person seems like going to Okami, and then Mingxu might just be laughing at the sides like, you guys can fight it out, I will have my off-world and earn money.
Exactly, right? Just sit there in the background and make tons of cash.
But
Always a good play.
yeah, but you know, off-world are not all that great. 33k is okay, not amazing. Okami will have a lot of creams, that's always good. Look, so an off will make 450 a second compared to a farm which is 240. So you spend a lot of resource that is roughly equal to 2 farms. Doesn't feel too good, doesn't it?
See, the good part about Okami's setup here is if he stays with just one off-world this game, I think it'd be perfect. Because you're making a little bit of money off-world, and then most of your claims are focused towards on-world markets, right? And the on-world markets are great this game.
Off-road shipment launched.
Yep. Look at first person.
Although water's getting kind of out of control right now.
Yes, because the game doesn't have that much water to begin with, and I like how Macalo just make a lot of money off water. You know, he's making 1,700 off water. A claim,
With
a
that
water,
slant
yeah,
drilling.
a water claim actually earn more than the off-world. Something to think about.
Let the planned obsolescence be.
And if I were
Yeah,
him,
all that production.
if
Good
I were
shot, yeah.
him, I wouldn't even sell the water. I'll get a hacker rate and hack water.
Oh yeah, with everybody consuming water like that, that could be your springboard to victory. Because nobody's really making a good water surplus. Everybody is either consuming a little bit of water or just making just breaking even. So having that advantage of huge water production, hacking that up, kill your opponents.
Yep. I don't like how first person has 3 advanced building, 2 optimization, and 1 pattern out. They're standing there doing nothing. That's a bad mistake. And first person is the only person with a pressure dome. If he went for virtual reality, he would be 8,600,000 a tile. That's the same as an off-world. And I
Yeah,
see.
this is a good off-world, a good pleasure dome game. Sorry,
Market is finished and awaiting orders.
with 2 expanses and a scavenger.
The engineers have advanced our production.
So everyone has decided to go for off-world except for Mikola.
So I don't even know what's going on with the stock game right now.
I don't know either, but I think Okami is doing the right thing by buying Mikola, who has the most stocks.
Yeah, because if Okami buys Mikola, right, then Okami gets basically all of his own stock back,
Affirmative.
plus
What a payout.
1 stock in Mingxu and 4 in first person, right? So Okami will be squarely in the driver's seat if he manages to get that buy off.
A dynamite on the farmhouse. I wonder if he thought that is a off-world, but he guessed it wrong.
There are spies this game, so if you ever question that, you can just throw down a spy, check it out.
Yeah.
It's only 3K.
First person going for a second off-world.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, but and then oxygen is actually cheaper than you think,
Room for the progress.
because the
Yeah.
first person allows stockpile, so it might work out. It might.
Might work out, and oxygen's easier to produce on a dry ice map as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's that going. Food is just so expensive.
Yeah.
Callow is making so much money on.
Off-world market is assembled. Our fortune awaits.
So yeah, Mikala, I think I'd like to see another optimization center on him. He has 1 optimization center now, but if he had another one, he could really to push this water supported.
Yeah. If he has hacker, right, he can hack power, water, food, fuel, all those amazing market for him to hack. Well, not fuel, perhaps, but water and power. Because
Okami's auto-paying debt at 0 debt. You basically never want to do that.
yeah, he is losing $1,000 a second. And is he building a second off-world? He is building a second
he is.
off-world. He should be focusing on a buy instead of building a second off-world.
Now, that off-world cost him.
And if someone finds it for a dynamite, that is a double whammy for him.
Yeah.
Optimization routine successful.
I mean, I still think he's well on his way to the purchase of Mikala, but that makes it a little bit more questionable. You know,
Market is online.
I'm surprised that first person didn't get a superconductor. Think about the money he'll be making now if he had superconductor.
nobody's patented super.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't-
really
kinda
big waste.
forgot about that patent.
Yeah, that's a very big waste. If he had superconductor now, it would be 1,000 a turbine right now.
Power's at almost $400. Where are we, Hexaplus IL?
We are. it just looks like series game to me now. Mikola is
Yeah.
selling out. He's going for an Okami, I think. Oh, well
wow,
played.
Okami.
Okami! That's just unfortunate. The second off-world. It's the second off-world. But
It
well
was
played
the
by
second
Mikola.
off-world.
He sold out of first person to get to this buy. Now, Mikola is in a very, very good position with the strongest play out, and buying a start with 2 off-world is just as good as having 2 off-worlds.
Look at that. He's already making $500.
Market is open for business.
It's going to be up to 1,000 soon.
Okay.
Mikala is now in a very, very good position.
Yeah. So I wonder how a first person and Mingxu will respond to that.
They need to team up to take him down, I think.
Look at the awesome triangle of wind turbine. With the dust storm at 1,000
Oh.
each. It's like the dream come true.
Imagine if that was superconductor.
Yeah.
That would be making, what, $6,000 a second right there?
Yeah. I like how first person is switching out of electronics and going to the most profitable building here there is reactors.
Our methods
Yeah, fuel somehow managed to hit 500. Yeah.
I think because first person actually got a lot of wow he grabbed all the water there is.
I
And
think people were producing a ton of
yeah.
sons.
Oh.
So Mingxu now has a ton of money and has the buy on first person. Decides to take it.
Will you take it?
Will he realize that he
Will you take it if you're Mingxu? Will you buy out first person?
Yeah, I think so, because then I get 3 extra shares in myself. An expansive with tons of optimizations and 2 off-worlds. Like, that pretty much balances me against Okami as a sub, right?
Yep. But
So,
a little thing is that you're getting your sub after Okami, after Makula, right? That means your sub will take longer time to ramp up. You basically you're following the footstep of Mikola, but you're doing a lot later. So I don't
Yeah.
think buying first person will be the winning play. Instead, I'll actually go for Mikola, and hopefully first person will take the hint and split the Mikola with you.
yeah, that's true. That works. I mean, it looks like he's going to lose now, actually.
Yeah. So you actually need the help of first person to win this game. So you, if I were Mingxu, I'll buy into Mikola. Hopefully first person will figure out, hey, that is dangerous. Mikola is dangerous, and with his 2 off-world, he probably will have enough money to buy out Mikola with you.
successful off-road
Hopefully.
shipment.
It's such a shame that Okami got bought out. Okami totally had this game. in
He
the bag.
totally has this game, and unfortunately he didn't make the right stop play, I think.
Yeah, it's also really tricky late game. Like I've seen so many players lose because of this. They go for that second off-world much later than their first, and it's that $100,000 that really makes the difference. You know, that they spent building the off-world instead of going for the buy, and that it's that little bit that makes all the bit of difference. So Bacalo takes game 2.
Well played, and people say dry ice scarf never work. Look at this, a dry ice
Yeah.
scarf winning the game.
This is exciting, man. I love it.
It's like rubbing in everyone's faces. Dry ice scarf won the game. Who would have thought? Okay, would you mind uploading the replay and I'll update the spreadsheet?
Sure, I think.
And I think Mikola right.
I don't have Discord on my computer, so I can't upload it through there.
Okay,
Like,
I'll do the upload then. Can you update the spreadsheet then?
yeah, I got that.
Okay, so let's see where Mikola made his money. Dividend. And in terms of production, he got a lot of money off food because of his access to water and water as well. Nice water play by him. Identify that water is outward. This is the best water spot. Well played. So let's see. If I remember correctly, first player is Mikola, Okami is second, and the other 2 are third. And I'll upload the replay.